Welcome back to fantasy football, like it or not. What a weird week one that was. I don't know if everybody stayed up late or not last night to watch the game, but what a finish. It was pretty cool, pretty exciting, especially when Brent and I were down to a nail biter. He needed just one more point out of Demaryius Thomas in the last probably 7 or 8 minutes of the game, a catch and any more than 3 yards, and he would have taken home the victory. But fortunately, Los Angeles Chargers stepped up, kept him away from the ball, and I sneaked by with a week 1 win, 98-97 over Brent. Thanks to Mike Gillislee's 3 touchdowns, frankly, because otherwise not a lot to be happy about. Mariota put up pretty good numbers, but only one other player, well, Zach Ertz, my tight end, and the kicker got over 10, but that was about it. So pretty much across the board, just crappy performances. Matt Stafford tried to do what he could to bring Brent's team over mine, got 27 points, but just didn't happen for him. So let's go game by game and see what happened here. Brian Moore got a loss in the first game of the season. Just nobody really stepped up. Adam Thielen, his high point guy, 19.5, looked really good. Actually, he's going to be a really good receiver probably. Sam Bradford looked like a stud this year. So Sam Bradford, Adam Thielen, that whole passing game in Minnesota looked really good, along with Dalvin Cook looked amazing. So with that defense, Minnesota is going to be really tough to beat, especially for anyone in the division like the Lions. So be interesting to see what happens. David Johnson went down for Brian Moore to add insult to injury. What else? Kevin White on IR. So Brian had a first tough fucking week. 7.5 points. Loses David Johnson. Loses Kevin White. Had a couple players, Mike Evans on the bench, Charles Sims, the running back for Tampa Bay, who might get some play. So good luck, Brian. You're going to have to trade or get some good waiver wire picks this week to dig out of the basement. JD's team, Tom Brady with only 10 points. That was crazy that New England got beat at home. Ty Montgomery had a good game. That was kind of a question mark leading into the season. Surprise, surprise, Danny Woodhead's hurt. He's always hurt. No other big surprises on JD's team. Nobody really left on the bench that would have made a difference there. Tony Dombrowski, Brian Lord. Tony Dombrowski getting his first victory in week 1 against Brian Lord. Brian was the only one of the Brown brothers to not get a victory this week. And he did it on the back of Stephon Diggs with 24.5 points. Todd Gurley was 17.5. Gurley looked really good. That Rams offense looked good. Jared Goff looked strong. Cooper Kupp, the rookie, was playing good for him. A lot better coach there with the Rams, so that'll be an interesting team to watch too. Kind of like Minnesota and even maybe Kansas City with better offenses this year, where last year they didn't put up many points. So Brian got the loss. He put up only 76.5 points. Aaron Rodgers put up 16, but that wasn't enough for even a top 10 performance for him. Lev Bell got him 5.5, a healthy Lev Bell. So I don't know if he was just stoned or tired from not showing up at training camp. Eddie Lacy put up a goose egg, so it doesn't look like that gamble's going to play off for Brian in the draft. Alshon Jeffrey, Sammy Watkins with their new teams didn't put up many points, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get some juice going. Maybe they help out, but I don't know what you can do about Eddie Lacy. The rest of your team's going to be fine going forward, though, I bet. So good thing Brian got a loss, because he's going to be tough to deal with later in the year, I think. Tommy Brown, 107 points, one of 3 teams over 100 points this week. Put down Terry Raven, who put up only 81.5. Bright spots for Terry: Carson Wentz, Antonio Brown, 182 yards, I think. The guy's just sick. What a keeper for Terry every year. Duke Johnson sucked. Frank Gore's old. Doug Baldwin, I don't know. Seattle looked bad. I don't know if Green Bay has a good defense or if they just need to get it together. Fitz put up 10 points. Delaney Walker put up 10, so not bad. Of course, Jacksonville put up enough points to give Texans D a -1, so kind of a weird week for Terry, but again, I think some of those guys will come around and he should be good going forward. Tommy Brown getting 20 out of Matt Ryan, which is good. Dalvin Cook, the rookie, paying off for him. 14.5 points. That's a great pickup for the round that you got him in, Tom. He's going to be really good. Carlos Hyde had a pretty good game, put up 10 points. Coleman got more work than I would like, with Freeman being in my backfield. Amari Cooper, Sterling Shepard. I mean, Tom's got a really good team, so he's going to be tough to beat. He already put up 107 points, one of the high points of the week. All right, what do we got? Josh Brown and Greg Williams. Josh, another 100-point total. Put it on Greg Williams. I think Josh has got one of the better teams in the league. Tyreek Hill goes off for 25.5. You get 28 out of the Rams D. That's a fluke. Unless you've got whoever's playing against Indianapolis. Put them in until they get their quarterback back. So otherwise, not a ton of performances for Josh. So he needs his guys to step up. Greg Williams, Tyrod Taylor with a surprise good performance. Melvin Gordon was pretty good. He got Zeke Elliott, at least for week 1, who did okay. But everybody else just shit the bed for him. Hunter Henry didn't do anything. Benjamin didn't do anything. Amir Abdullah didn't do anything. So he's going to have to find some players somewhere. Let's look at his bench. Jameis Winston at quarterback. McFadden, Rashard Matthews, Marquise Lee. I don't know. You're in trouble, Greg. I think you're going to have a hard time finding wins with this crew. We'll see what happens. All right, let's see. Josh and Greg. Let's go to Scott Mayo. High point total of the week. No surprise. A lot of leagues around the country had Kareem Hunt, and whoever had him got the high point total for the week. A couple other players, though. The Jags defense. Who'd have thunk it, other than Scott? Jags D putting up 28 points at Houston. So, I mean, start any defense against Houston, I guess, just like Indianapolis. But Jordy went off for 16.5. And Leonard Fournette, again, good risk on the rookie. He looked very strong for Jacksonville. That team played well on defense. We'll see what happens next week when they've got a little tougher competition. But 19.5 points out of the rookie running back there. Scott goes off for 147 and just absolutely beats down John Crosby. John got almost no points out of a lot of his players, and then just no huge performances. McCoy had a good game. Howard had an okay game. Keelan Allen had an okay game. Breeze had 15. But, otherwise, I don't know. Joe Mixon, again, I just never understood why all the hype about him. Jimmy Graham's still the Jimmy Graham he was last year and the year before, not doing much. So, I don't know. I think we'll see what happens with John. I think he's got a pretty good team, but Mayo is pretty scary now with that running back crew that he has. Dez Bryant has some big games along with Jordy Nelson. Scott's pretty scary. So, weird week 1. I mean, it takes 3 or 4 weeks to really figure out who you're going to start in your lineup, who's going to be good for each team. So, hopefully nobody's too disheartened by this week 1, but certainly some talent out there on the waiver wire. Hopefully you guys can get some of those guys if you got some injuries or just were wrong basically in your draft. So, pay attention to that. Drafts go in, or waivers go in tonight, so make sure you put those waiver wire picks in. Tony, I think you play in a couple other leagues, so I think you know what's going on. But if not, let me know. I'll help you with the waiver wire thing. So good luck, everybody. Hopefully I get everybody who I want come Wednesday morning. It's like Christmas morning out there. See you guys soon.